Now, here's Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca with your live Pinpoint Doppler 12 Futurecast.
Well, certainly a complicated winter storm forecast, just for the simple fact that the storm will not be an all-snow situation for a time. There'll be some sleet, freezing rain, and rain involved. So let's take a look at what we're tracking right now. The moisture coming out of the Ohio River Valley. Blue is snow, pink is the mix of sleet and freezing rain, and the green is rain. You can see that moisture now out across, already entering western Pennsylvania. So this is what's headed our way during the overnight, well after midnight, starting during the pre-dawn hours. Now, meanwhile, in Providence, skies are cloudy, it's dry, and we'll stay quiet for several more hours before the precipitation starting as wet snow everywhere. Initially, the atmosphere, both at the ground and several thousand feet up, is cold enough to support all snow. You know, when we're forecasting precipitation type, we're not just concerned about the temperature near the ground. We take a look and we use weather balloons. The profile of the atmosphere from the ground up to about 3, 4, 5,000 feet, and that whole temperature profile all the way up determines whether or not, you know, a raindrop comes all the way down and stays as a raindrop, or if it freezes, or if it turns into a snowflake. So it can be pretty complicated. And bottom line is the air above us will be warming up a little bit, and that'll change any snowflakes over to some sleet and freezing rain. So temperatures initially cold enough in the upper 20s right now, including 28 in Providence, and cold enough above our heads as well. Take a look at a satellite photo, and it shows the clouds streaming in. You can already see on the left-hand side of your TV set the leading edge of snow and sleet entering Buffalo and Pittsburgh, and we're timing this to arrive between around, say, 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's get in real close here. Take a look at Futurecast. Take you through hour by hour. Gray represents the cloud cover, and of course the different colors are precipitation type. Now notice by around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, the snow arrives. Now, the darker shades of blue indicate moderate to heavy snow. Look at the dark, deep blue colors in here at around 8 o'clock in the morning, at the height of the morning commute. And typically, this is when most students would be heading out to school. You know, looking at this, based on some information I've been looking at in the Weather Center, this still supports snowfall rates of anywhere between 1 and 2 inches per hour. And we may see those rates for 1 to 3 hours. So this is why we feel as though the morning commute is going to be very difficult in terms of visibility and the snow accumulating rapidly. So, all right, this is 8 o'clock in the morning. It's all snow. It's plenty cold enough for snow. Watch what happens by 10 o'clock in the morning. Southern Rhode Island, this pink represents sleet, and offshore the green is rain. And watch how that transition line moves to the north. By noontime, just about all of Rhode Island is in either sleet or freezing rain. The snow band has moved up into central Massachusetts. Early to mid-afternoon, still a combination of sleet and some freezing rain. As the storm pulls away tomorrow evening and tomorrow night, colder air will come back in. It will end as a period of light snow, but the bulk of the accumulating snow will occur from roughly 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning till about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And then after that, the accumulations will get much less, only because we'll change over to sleet and some freezing rain. So that's the game plan. So it's one of those situations, the higher snow totals, the further north and west you go, and not as much the further south you go. And here's the range that we're looking at in our southern suburbs, between 2 to 5. This turquoise area, which includes the Providence metro area, 5 to 8. And then north and west of, say, Route 295, 8 to 10. Now, if I had to pick one number in each of these ranges, I would choose these numbers right here. 3 in this gray area, 5 in the Providence metro area, and then north and west of Providence amounts up to 8, with even higher totals towards the Mass Pike. So this is what essentially, in other words, what we're saying here is at least these numbers will occur by late tomorrow morning. So certainly high impacts as far as school closings, the roads being tough, and air travel all across the northeast corridor. So real heavy snow early in the morning, changing to sleet by around 11 o'clock in the morning, temperature at 32. Precipitation is not as heavy during the afternoon. It's a lighter rain, it's a lighter sleet, looking at temperature of around 35 degrees. Dry Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Boy, a lot of talk about what's going to happen late Sunday into Monday. All we can say at this point is that there's the potential for a coastal storm Sunday night into Monday. It's still 6 days down the road, and it's really not etched in stone or guaranteed yet, but rather just the possibility. We'll take one weather system at a time, including the one that's coming in for tomorrow morning. But I'll tell you, in terms of heavy snow, between roughly 5 and 10 a.m., really coming down hard.
You want to get rid of that snow before it turns over.
Yeah, later tomorrow night, that slush will freeze solid as temperatures get below freezing.
All right, thanks, Tony.
Yep.
We have much more.